Okay, so we're just about to wrap up this level. We've got one more teleporter puzzle to go through, but we're poisoned and we need to take a look at our ammo supply, I think. So I'm going to take a blue potion to cure the poison, and then I'm just going to rest normally with my armor-piercing magazines still in the box. So that gives me 7. I'm going to make a few more just to be safe. I don't want to run out of ammo for what's coming next. And I want a bunch of frag grenades as well. 17 is a little bit low, so kind of weird. I usually don't have to rest just for them, but I don't know if I've done something a little different in this playthrough than normal or what, but I'm just gonna rest up a bit. I'm obviously not going for a really good time bonus in my score. But okay, so 28 frag grenades and 10 armor piercing. That should do it. I'll put the armor piercing back in the box just for now. The other thing we want to do is take our green crystal, get that ready. Make sure I got my frag grenades selected, armor piercing. Okay, so I'm gonna just start going through these teleporters at random, just to show you what the puzzle's all about. We got all of the rooms look like this. You got 4 teleporters in each one, and you just, can't really keep track of where you've been too well because the map keeps resetting. But you can kind of tell when you get to a new room you haven't been in just because, that monster will be there that you haven't killed yet. So I'm just kind of wandering around with no real strategy here. So that was the 3rd room so far that we've seen. And you can spend a lot of time just walking around through here. So now we're at the 4th one. There's only 4 different rooms. So, as you do that, like if you wander around a lot, just because you can't figure out where you're going, those ghasts will start spawning. So that can kind of help you keep track of which room's which, just because different number of ghasts in different locations. Hopefully you don't walk around that long, and I'll show you how to get through these teleporters efficiently here. I'm just kind of demonstrating right now how annoying this can be if you don't have any sort of strategy or aren't really thinking. You can just keep picking at random and you pretty much never get anywhere. I'm going to reload the game now and show you the optimal path through here, just in case you want to see that. And the trick at the end that's not always intuitive. So I think we want to go this way first. And straight. And then right. And then the trick is to back up and go through the teleporter that you just came from. And that's the trick that you don't usually think of, just backing through the teleporter you just came in, but that is required to actually find this. So I'm gonna show you one more way, which is what I prefer. Unless you're trying to you can actually go through this final sequence twice. I don't know why you would, especially because you'll I always use up a bunch of my potions going through it once, so doing it a second time, I don't know. I've never felt the need. I'm not even sure if I could do it. But this Easter egg, if you just want to skip the entire puzzle, we can just eat this Easter egg, and we could have done this at any point up to here, but you know, now is a really good time to do it because we're not really skipping anything except for the annoying teleporter puzzle. So I'm going to get my frag grenades ready, make sure my green crystal's ready, and then I'm just going to eat this. And you can see this final level is just kind of split into waves. And we got this thing here that it's just kind of there. He doesn't attack us. We can't really hurt him. If I try to rest here, I'll get attacked every single time. You cannot rest on this level, which is called "Okay, who else wants some?" So there's no resting, and every time we go through this teleporter, we kind of go to the next stage, and you'll get a different set of monsters each time. So, yeah, the first one's headlesses. Green crystals effective against them. Frag grenades. Same thing with the next one is going to be zombies. So I just always hit them with the green crystal right away, and then frag grenades to clean up the rest. This next one is going to be phantasms. And make sure you're not wearing your goggles because you can't see them with your goggles on. And the violet crystal works the best against them. And make sure you're wearing your ruby ring, because that will increase the speed at which your crystals recharge, so that'll be important here. And I've actually never even used this violet crystal, so it should be recharging super quick. So this should be real easy. So yeah, violet crystal is kind of like your frag grenade, where it just kind of hits everything within some angle of where you're looking. So that's extremely effective against the phantasms. So the next round is going to be ghouls, and we want to get our green crystal ready again. And frag grenades and, you know, just assault rifle works fine against them. Then I think we got nightmares next, so you can use your violet crystal against them as well, and frag grenades. Then I think we've got oozes. So that'll be another green crystal. And I'm just going to switch over to use my assault rifle at this point. You just want to keep moving. This is seeming really easy after playing through this on Total Carnage, but anyway, you want to make sure you're keeping an eye on your health, because you want to pause, pull up your inventory, and drink blue potions as necessary. I think this next round is shocking spheres, so I think I'll just use my assault rifle. Oh, nope, this is demons, so same thing, but at this point we want to make sure our goggles are on. And I'm still not hurting too bad, so I don't need to heal yet. But, like, again, you can't rest, so the only way to heal is to use blue potions. So that's what you've been saving them for. Okay, now it's probably the shocking spheres. And my health is getting low, so I'm gonna drink a blue potion. Okay, so I think skitters are next, so that'll be another green crystal. Okay, so that wasn't too bad. This next one is ghasts. This can be a little tricky, although not really. I don't think anything in here is too hard, but we've got 3 pale violet potions, which make us immune. They absorb some amount of damage before we can start taking damage again. So we've got 3 rounds left and 3 violet potions, so I'm just going to start taking them. You can take a red potion as well. It doesn't help as much as it would in the original game for the ghasts, just because it doesn't actually slow down their attack animations, since there's no way to do that in this engine. But yeah, violet crystal and frag grenades for the ghasts, because you want to interrupt their attack. Okay, so I took a few hits there, but my violet potion absorbed all of it. And we've got venomous skitters next. So I'm going to do another pale violet, so I don't have to worry about getting poisoned. And I'm going to do my red potion, so that'll slow them down, their movement, and it'll slow down their attacks. And I guess the green crystal is good for them. And back to the assault rifle. Okay. So yeah, with the red potion and the pale violet, that fight's really easy. And this last one is going to be Greater Nightmares. This is where we want to use our black crystal. You only get to use this thing 10 times. But this is the fight you want to use it on. That's weird. I don't know why I still have an Easter egg. I guess that's a bug. I need to remove that from the inventory after you eat it. Okay, good thing I noticed that. Okay, so we've got our black crystal, and again, I'm going to take a violet potion and a red potion. And with the black crystal and armor-piercing rounds, this should be pretty easy. Okay, so as you can see, the black crystal just kind of freezes these guys, turns them to stone or whatever. And so I hit 10 of them with the crystal, and then I just finished up the rest. And notice I don't get a portal. So the only thing left to do is to kill this thing. Now that we've gotten through all of the rounds of this fight, this guy you can now kill. And he's really easy. Okay, so now, usually the original game didn't kind of remind you that, hey, you need to arm the bomb because you're at the bottom of the pyramid. But since it's not obvious how to arm it, I kind of had to put up a message here saying how to do it. So he dropped this thing, which I'm going to pick up in a minute. But yeah, as you can see there, it says open the console by hitting backslash, and then you arm the bomb using that arm thing. So, okay, so if we just try it, arm, and then, you know, put in some code, and the number of hours you want to wait before the nuclear device blows up, so like 3 or whatever. If I do that, it says, sorry, your code's wrong. And if you remember, if you just put in the code directly from the manual, you'll get this message because, as you recall, our team members changed the code after we were separated. So you have to take the code they gave you, the part of the code they gave you, and combine that with the one in the manual. So it's, if I remember this, 6580334, I think. I don't know why I'm drawing a blank on this. I typed this in about 20 times. I don't have it in front of me. I'm just pulling this from memory. Okay, so and then when it comes to picking out the duration for how long you need, you know, you have to think, do I have a radio beacon? If not, you need to add 8 hours. It takes 8 hours to escape on foot before you can get out of the blast radius. If you do have a radio beacon, it's only 20 minutes, I think, for the chopper to come pick you up and take you. And we need some amount of time just to make it back to the top of the pyramid. So I like to pick 3. It's a nice safe number. It gives us an hour to get to the top of the pyramid, an hour to escape, which is more than we need since I do have the radio beacon, and just an extra hour for, I don't know, safety. And if you wanted to like calculate out, you get a time bonus for every 10 hours that before the last possible moment you can arm the bomb. So if you're right on the edge there, you could maybe figure that out and pick a number based on that. But I don't know. I always just do 3. So we got the right code. It says it's armed. We can see that, yes, the bomb is sitting here now. Okay, so this thing he dropped. Okay, alien gemstone, and you watch our health, it's dropping really fast. So this thing is apparently, let's see what it says. Not much, but this thing is radioactive, so the only way to stop it from hurting our health is to put it inside the lead box. So now that it's in the lead box, my health is no longer dropping. Okay, so that's it for this level. So let's go through here and see what happens. We are back to I'd rather be surfing. So it took us quite a bit, back quite a few levels. So at this point, we don't need our armor piercing ammo anymore because we're done fighting greater nightmares. So I'm going to select the HE magazines just because they do more damage, and then in my cedar box I'm going to start duplicating them. Now that the nuclear device is armed, we don't want to waste a lot of time resting. So if I need to rest or heal at any point, I'm just going to start taking blue potions because I've got tons of them. So we're just now, at this point in the game, we're just running back to the ground floor as fast as we can. We do need to make one stop, if we want to get all of our treasure, we want to go stop by that gold door, which was on Beware of Low-Flying Nightmares, I believe. And after you arm the bomb and kill that demon, the respawn rates of monsters increases. So you're more likely to run into monsters than you would on the way down the pyramid. Although, I'm not doing a good job of showing that off because nothing is attacking me right now. Okay, so I'm going to save, and it's back to the labyrinth. So we get a new totally random layout. What we want to do is go north to the top right corner. The spawn rate in this level does not increase. It's already really high as it is, so this is the only level where the spawn rates don't increase. I didn't even run into anyone. Okay. So yeah, now we're back to Beware of Low-Flying Nightmares. This is the level with the gold door, so we want to find that and see what's behind it now that we've got our gold key. Okay, so now some things are finally showing up. Okay, here's our gold door. And yep, sure enough, the gold key works, and we've got a bunch of ingots here and a dead body, so notice how I don't have any crystal selected. That's because my black crystal just shattered when I used it up, so okay, we're getting our yellow crystal ready, and so he doesn't even want it. He's fine with us taking all this gold. Okay, so Walter, who is the guy that we saw on the levels above us, you know, the guy with it originally had the gold key and had the gold ingot laying next to him. That guy shot this guy because he got greedy. Okay, so this guy definitely talks about the gemstone. So, you know, we can ask him about the box, but we want to ask him about this gemstone because we just got it. We don't really know what it does, but he said it opens the door that locked us inside the pyramid. So it sounds like this gemstone is our key out of here. So that's good to know. We definitely need the gemstone, even though it's radioactive or whatever. Okay, I think that's the main thing he had to say. Okay, so you don't get any more points for picking this up, but if you look at the treasure, we're at 600,000 right now. Now we're at 800,000. So it gives you a ton of treasure just picking all those up. Also notice I'm at now 44 out of 41 points. That's how it worked in the original game. The 2 points that we got from the Easter egg are kind of like super secret. So I think they didn't expect you to necessarily get those points. So without that, it would have been 42 out of 41, and I think they just screwed up, and it should have been 42 there. But anyway, 44 is the max number of points you can get in this game, and about 800,000, treasure. I think we're about at the max there as well. So I think we've got everything now for our end score. So now it's just a matter of getting out of here. And we've got our gemstone, which we now know is used to open the door at the very start of this game. So it sounds like we got everything we need. The nuke is armed, and it's only Monday evening on Monday, so we're setting it off well in advance of when we need it to. So seems like everything's in pretty good shape now. Might as well save. I feel like I usually get attacked a lot more on the way out. It's not this easy usually. Okay, and we're back on Plague of Demons, so I should put my goggles on just so I can see these guys. And I had eaten the Easter egg to get to that final level, and if there wasn't that bug, it would have been removed from my inventory. So if you had gone through the teleporter puzzle normally and gone through that final level, and then you used the Easter egg, you'd actually be able to go through that final level a second time. Of course, at that point, you would not have all your violet potions, and all the potions you use would be gone, so it'd be a whole lot harder the second time. But it is possible, and you do get a second alien gemstone if you do that, which I assume adds to your treasure. I don't know, I've never really done that, but and I never actually explored up here. I guess I might as well just make sure there's nothing up here. Okay, so there's like a MP41 magazine. Doesn't do us any good anymore. Alright, so at least on this level we're getting a bunch of spawns. It's not quite as boring just running through here. That was certainly a lot of them. Not sure why they were all grouped up there. Okay, so I'm just gonna take a blue potion just to be safe. And this is the level that we could have skipped. So if you had taken the secret portal on Happy Happy Carnage Carnage, you would have previously skipped this level, and now is when you would be going through and clearing everything. And it would be a lot easier with this AK-47 and a bunch more health. So You know, usually when I play through this game, that's how I do it. Yeah, so this is the guy with the ingot originally. So he shot the guy in the gold room just so he could have it all for himself, except apparently he only took one ingot. I don't know. I guess he couldn't carry anymore. Didn't really seem like he thought that one out very well. Okay, and now we're back on the ground floor. So, pretty much done here. And this is the way we came from when we first started the game. So this door should open now that we've got our alien gemstone. But it doesn't open until you actually remove it from the lead box. So, remove that. You can put it back in. I'm not even going to bother. And now we're just running out of the pyramid. And it says you have escaped. The extraction team carries you to safety, and we have won. So. Okay, now we got our score sheet here. Tells you everyone, like all the monsters you killed, how many of each type, how accurate you were, how much damage you inflicted versus how much you took, and that number, that damage inflicted, is actually a third of what damage you actually did. I don't know if the original game was worried about numbers overflowing or what, but they just cut that number by it's a third of the actual value. So I don't know. That's kind of interesting. And yeah, you can see our score there. So we had the 44 points just from picking up stuff that you could see that before you left is your point total, and then you get these other points added to your score based on how many monsters you killed, how accurate were you with your guns, how much treasure did you get, your time bonus. So, if you run through this game super fast and don't rest at all, or, keep it to a minimum, you can get that bonus really high. And then you just always get 5 and 10 if you actually complete the mission and escape. You can, if I were to set the bomb to go off in an hour, and then I, didn't make it out the door in time, then I wouldn't get my survival bonus, but I would have saved the world. So there's a few different endings, screens you can get based on how you did, or what you did. You can just totally forget to arm the nuke, and then you don't get a mission bonus or a survival bonus, and you lose the game, but you still get a score. Anyway, that's Pathways Into Darkness running in Aleph One. So this is the end. There's really nothing you can do here except quit. And there you go. Thanks for watching, everyone, and I hope you enjoy this port.